George Wesley Bellows, born on August 12, 1882, in Columbus, Ohio, emerged as one of the most compelling figures in early 20th century American art. Known for his dynamic, energetic style, Bellows created works that captured the raw vitality of urban life and the social landscape of his time. Though his career was tragically short, he died at the age of 42. Bellows' legacy endures as a vital part of the American Ashcan School and a powerful voice in early modernism. Raised in a middle-class family, Bellows showed an early aptitude for drawing and creativity. His father, a building contractor, and his mother, who had a keen interest in education, provided George with a stable and supportive upbringing. Bellows attended the Ohio State University, where his artistic potential became evident. Although his primary focus at the time was sports, he played on the university's baseball and basketball teams. He spent much of his free time sketching and contributing illustrations to the school's publications. Bellows' love of art soon eclipsed his athletic ambitions. In 1904, 2 years before completing his degree, he left Ohio State to pursue a career in art. This decision led him to New York City, where he enrolled at the New York School of Art, under the tutelage of influential artists Robert Henri and William Merritt Chase. Henri, a central figure in the Ashcan School, encouraged Bellows to paint scenes of contemporary urban life with immediacy and emotional depth. This philosophy deeply resonated with Bellows, who quickly adopted a vigorous, expressive style that captured the essence of modern existence. New York City in the early 20th century was a vibrant, chaotic metropolis undergoing rapid transformation. The city's population was swelling due to waves of immigration, and its streets teemed with energy, diversity, and struggle. Bellows was captivated by this urban dynamism. He began documenting the city's working-class neighborhoods, tenement dwellers, and bustling avenues with an unflinching eye. His works from this period, such as his celebrated boxing scenes and vivid depictions of construction sites, convey a sense of movement and intensity that became hallmarks of his style. While Bellows is often associated with the Ashcan School, his work defied strict categorization. Unlike some of his peers, who focused on the grittier aspects of urban life, Bellows brought a sense of poetry and grandeur to his subjects. His paintings were infused with a dramatic interplay of light and shadow, bold brushstrokes, and a keen sense of composition. These qualities set him apart as an artist who not only documented life, but also imbued it with a heightened sense of emotion and meaning. Bellows' early works were well received by critics and collectors alike, and he quickly gained recognition as a rising star in the American art world. In 1909, he became the youngest artist ever elected to the National Academy of Design, a testament to his extraordinary talent and impact. Around this time, Bellows also began to expand his repertoire, exploring landscapes, portraits, and social commentary, in addition to his urban scenes. Marriage played an important role in Bellows' personal and professional life. In 1910, he married Emma Story, a fellow artist and supporter of his work. The couple had 2 daughters, Anne and Jean, who often appeared in Bellows' later paintings. Emma provided a stabilizing influence and encouraged Bellows to pursue his creative vision without compromise. Their home became a hub of intellectual and artistic activity, fostering connections with writers, poets, and other cultural figures of the era. By the 1910s, Bellows' reputation extended beyond the United States. He exhibited his works internationally, gaining acclaim for their originality and vitality. However, his career was not without controversy. Bellows was a staunch advocate for artistic freedom and frequently challenged the conventions of the established art world. He participated in the landmark Armory Show of 1913, which introduced American audiences to avant-garde European art. Though Bellows' own work was relatively traditional compared to the radical modernism on display, his involvement in the exhibition demonstrated his openness to innovation and his willingness to support artistic experimentation. In addition to painting, Bellows ventured into lithography, a medium he embraced with enthusiasm. His lithographs, often based on his paintings, allowed him to reach a broader audience and address pressing social issues. Many of these works reflected his concern for the human condition, portraying themes such as poverty, inequality, and the harsh realities of industrialization. As Bellows matured as an artist, his style evolved, incorporating greater complexity and refinement. He continued to draw inspiration from the world around him, but his focus expanded to include more rural and idyllic subjects. This shift reflected not only his artistic growth, but also his desire to balance the intensity of urban life with a deeper connection to nature and the broader human experience. By the 1910s, George Wesley Bellows had firmly established himself as one of America's preeminent artists. His reputation, initially built on his powerful urban scenes, continued to grow as he explored a wider range of subjects and media. With each passing year, Bellows expanded his artistic vision, demonstrating a remarkable versatility that defied categorization. Yet, even as his career soared, the final chapter of his life came unexpectedly, cutting short a body of work that would remain influential for decades. As Bellows matured, his artistic focus began to shift. Though he continued to create urban scenes, his work from the mid-1910s onward showed an increasing interest in quieter, rural settings. He and his wife, Emma, often spent summers in Maine and upstate New York, where the rugged coastlines, verdant forests, and pastoral landscapes became sources of inspiration. Paintings like The White Horse and The Stone Crusher reveal a deepened sensitivity to nature and a more contemplative approach to composition. Bellows' later landscapes combined a sense of realism with a bold, almost experimental use of color and form. The influence of European modernism, particularly the work of the post-impressionists and the Fauves, became evident in his palette and brushwork. Yet, Bellows never fully embraced abstraction, remaining committed to representational art and its ability to convey the physical and emotional essence of his subjects. Portraiture also became an increasingly significant aspect of Bellows' oeuvre. He painted intimate and expressive portraits of family, friends, and prominent figures of his time, capturing not just their physical likeness, but also their inner vitality. His wife Emma and their two daughters, Anne and Jean, were frequent subjects, appearing in works that exude warmth and personal connection. These portraits, while less dramatic than his earlier urban scenes, showcased Bellows' mastery of technique and his ability to imbue even the most ordinary moments with a sense of grace and significance. Bellows remained deeply engaged with the social and political issues of his time, and his art often reflected his progressive ideals. In the wake of World War I, he created a series of haunting lithographs and paintings that depicted the atrocities committed during the conflict. Works like The Germans Arrive and Massacre at Dinant are stark and unflinching, revealing the horrors of war with a raw emotional intensity. These pieces, while not universally praised during his lifetime, underscored Bellows' commitment to addressing human suffering and injustice through his art. Lithography, in particular, became a medium through which Bellows explored themes of social inequality and the human condition. His lithographs were widely distributed, making his work accessible to a broader audience and reinforcing his status as an artist of the people. These works often revisited subjects from his paintings: boxing matches, tenement life, and bustling city streets, offering new interpretations and emphasizing the universality of his themes. In 1925, at the height of his career, George Bellows died suddenly of peritonitis following a ruptured appendix. He was just 42 years old. The unexpectedness of his death sent shockwaves through the art world, cutting short a career that had already left an indelible mark on American art. Critics and contemporaries mourned the loss of a visionary artist whose best work, they believed, still lay ahead. Despite his relatively short life, Bellows left behind a prolific body of work that included over 600 paintings and hundreds of drawings and lithographs. His art, marked by its immediacy, vigor, and humanity, continues to resonate with audiences today, offering a vivid window into the social and cultural fabric of early 20th century America. George Bellows' legacy is closely tied to the Ashcan School, a movement that sought to depict the realities of modern urban life without romanticization. Yet his contributions to American art extend far beyond this association. Ability to combine realism with emotional depth and his willingness to experiment with style and technique place him among the most innovative artists of his generation.